Hey, what's going on to you, Sagittarius? So you have the Two of Pentacles, King of Wands, Three of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the World, the Page of Cups, Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, King of Cups, and the High Priestess. Okay, so for you, Sagittarius, you Sagittarius, right? You have the Two of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands, you have the Three of Cups. So there may be a sense of you Sagittarius, basically questioning why it is that you're getting to know somebody, why it is that you're getting to know this particular person. Well, okay, let's continue on with this, right? Because you're going back and forth whether or not that you should get to know them. They may be a little bit caught up in their own ego. Their ego may be inflated, arrogant, combative, just giving you a hard time to really get to know them. I mean, you Sagittarius, if that's the truth, if you Sagittarius, right, and the Three of Cups, there may be a little bit of a player. They may like to be promiscuous. They may like to hang around a lot of people and really try to see if they could get with those particular people that they're hanging around. They may even play a lot of games. If they're doing that, then you Sagittarius have to ask yourself the question of why is it that you're even getting to know them in the first place? And that what is it about you, Sagittarius, that you're not understanding that you should be better than this and to not hang out with these people in the first place? Okay, so now the Knight of Pentacles and the World represent, okay, cool. So the Knight, okay, I'm getting it now. So the Knight of Pentacles and the World is you chose to not hang out with them. Very good. The Two of Pentacles was you getting to know them, and you're listening to what it is that they had to say, and you're getting to know them. And what you realize is that those people are not meant to be trusted because they're too full of themselves. So now a lot of you Sagittarius was like, you too caught up with your own hype, so I've got to leave you alone. And the Knight of Pentacles in the World represents just that. It represents how you've left them alone. You left them hanging, basically. But obviously they can't handle that. They can't deal with that. Tough cookie. It is what it is. Because you Sagittarius have, like I said, you've woken up. You've gotten way better at picking people, right? That are potentially suited for you. Because there was a point in time where a lot of you Sagittarius may have, you had some serious problems with this, because a lot of you Sagittarius thought that a healthy relationship, or maybe you knew that it wasn't healthy if the two of you were going back and forth, but you had to say something. You had to keep it up. You had to, that's part of the ego too. Because that mentality of, I can't let this person do this, I got to say something back to them. That's part of the ego, because you're not learning that, when there's this back and forth stuff, the correct thing for you to have done was to don't care about what it is that they said ever anymore, and you continue to move forward and live your life. But see, the thing about it is the Knight of Pentacles and the World represents you're proud of yourself, as you should be. You're proud at the fact that you Sagittarius are not caught up with your ego the way that you were, and you're learning how to get better at managing that. So now when it comes into your love life, you're trying to pick people. When people tried to goad you, right? Goad you into arguing or stupid little disagreements, to waste your time when you could just walk off and get to know other people. A lot of you Sagittarius are seeing that, and you're deciding to not waste your time talking to them. Very good. The World, you understand that there's way more options out there than just them. And that they're making it seem like that's not really the case. And that somehow, if they were to try to, if you were to try to let go or stop talking to them, then that somehow you're the one that's in the wrong, because you'll never find, people who delude themselves into having that mentality, they always think that you Sagittarius don't have any kind of options. And it's like, yo, everyone has options. You can stay and talk to them, stop talking to them and be single, or stop talking to them and talk to other people. Those are your three main options right there. So people try to make it seem like, no, you really don't have a choice but to talk to me. It's like they not really in touch with reality, Sagittarius. So you, Sagittarius, can move forward. So that's what it is that you did. The Page of Cups represents, again, this is evidence of their delusion. This is bona fide evidence of their delusion. They're too caught up with what they think themselves to be and what they're deluding themselves to be, when that's not really the case. That's not true. The Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups now represents, because what you've effectively got going on is the Five of Swords is they're trying to play it off as if they dumped you or whatnot. But who cares, considering the fact that you're not talking to them anymore? So who cares? You know? But you have to understand that they're probably going to be telling their friends that. They're going to be running around telling people that. But this is what makes them lame. It's the fact that them even running around telling their friends, just bringing it up just in conversation. I dumped this Sagittarius. It's just going to make them look even worse. And their friends are going to look at them like, there's something up with you. So let them do it. And let people spread your legend. Let people know your name, And then you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups represents how, they can't, I'm getting it. So they can't keep your name out of their mouth since you left. They constantly with your name in their mouth. Oh, Sagittarius this, Sagittarius that, Sagittarius this, Sagittarius that. The King of Cups and the High Priestess represents, and here you, Sagittarius, are understanding what you've got going on. And you're not going to allow yourselves to get caught up with anybody. You're not going to allow your ego to get you caught up in some stuff where now you're stuck in a relationship with some goofy individual, or you find yourself putting in all your effort to be in a relationship with someone who's a very goofy individual. A lot of you Sagittarius are starting to understand energy and time management. It's not so much the time, but it's much more of the effort, the energy. Is a person worth them getting to know? And that, being even disappointed that life is set up like this, right? Where we have to even put any kind of effort whatsoever in dysfunctional people, because we don't know who's who, and you can't paint everybody with a broad brush and start thinking that everybody is like that way, right? But the High Priestess represents, but you are learning though. You're definitely learning. You're learning how to spot the fakes a lot faster. And you're because of that, you Sagittarius are understanding that, everything that glitters is not gold. What it is that people try to front like they are at first does not necessarily mean that in character that they're actually noble like that and decent and upright. 10 life values. The way they treat people matters too. And the way that they treated you, these people that you were getting to know that you walked away from, it was very disrespectful. So let's clarify the High Priestess. My cat's in here. So to clarify the High Priestess, we have Ten of Wands, the World. We already have the World, the King of Swords, the King of Wands. We already have the King of Wands. We already have the World. So this is about, so these four cards, mind you, is about how you, Sagittarius, they can't stop thinking about you. They're bringing you up. They're ruminating about you, constantly analyzing because they didn't get closure from you. But that's up to them to get the closure, because you, Sagittarius, didn't do anything wrong to them in that sense. You left because you knew what type of person they were. King of Wands, they were highly dysfunctional. The World, the King of Swords represent, you gave them a chance and they blew that chance. They ruined that chance because, when you first started talking to them, they had an attitude, they had a problem. It seemed like they had some sort of issue, right? They were so valuable. And it's like these people don't, they're forgetting that you didn't know them at one point. You know what I mean? It's like they think of themselves as being some sort of celebrity when nobody has heard of them. You know? Oh, who am I? Oh, Will Smith. Oh, I've never heard of you. You've never heard of Will Smith. It's like, no, we've heard of Will Smith. We've seen Will Smith. Will Smith is world renowned. And that's my point, though. These people are not celebrities, but they're deluded. That's why it is that it was so difficult for them to understand what happened when you walked away.